There are some things that hit us with an intense, almost blinding sense of nostalgia. Such feelings well up inside of us for many reasons. Maybe we want to return to a simpler time, when there were fewer adult stresses on the brain. Maybe we're longing for a special type of experience we just haven't had in a while. Whatever the case may be, it's a powerful emotion that can have a lasting effect. Yet nostalgia can also easily cause us to turn a blind eye, ignoring whatever warts something has just because it means so much to us. It can be difficult to have a meaningful conversation with someone who refuses to acknowledge that their beloved thing could have a couple of problems. But every so often, there's something we miss for much stronger reasons than warm, fuzzy feelings. Sometimes what we have now doesn't cover the same ground as the thing we long for. Demo discs fall into this category. Demo discs come from a time where it was more difficult to try out games than it is now, specifically on consoles that either didn't have online capabilities or those online capabilities were severely limited. These discs came in a variety of ways, as part of an official magazine, as a cheap sampler sold in stores, bundled with other games, or even part of a special promotion. Typically, demo discs contained a small handful of playable demos, maybe a couple of trailers, and sometimes even interviews or behind-the-scenes features.
God love the internet. We just went through the internet and just kept typing in various things we were looking for.
Some discs even had plenty of style, going out of their way to spruce up the presentation with a specific theme for added flavor. On paper, that might not sound too remarkable, but several things about demo discs are sorely missed today. There are countless free-to-play games to check out on seemingly every internet-enabled device you own. On one hand, it's fantastic getting to sample so many full-fledged games without having to spend a dime, but that's often quite a daunting task. Regardless of quality, so many of these games have their own complex systems, multiple currencies to keep track of, daily rewards, timed events, and so on. The game can start to feel like a responsibility, potentially even sucking away time from other games or hobbies.
There are a lot of things that you can buy.
Let's go, buddy. I ain't got all day.
Demo discs don't suffer the same problem. The playable demos tend to last anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. Such a condensed length practically demands demos get to the point right away to showcase something immediately exciting, facilitating an understanding of principal mechanics in the most efficient way possible. Plus, it's always nice to get to play games without any sort of commitment almost instantaneously, a convenience that feels as though it's increasingly harder to come by in a world with regular game and firmware updates.
Are we still following this guy?
He's the one making the zombie. To catch him, we have to follow. Let's go.
Of course, demos still exist today and come out all the time. The difference is that these demos are independent of one another, and they are often buried in confusing, poorly structured online shops. It can be difficult to even discover that a demo exists, let alone how to access it. Back in the day, a demo disc might show up at your doorstep every month with little to no effort. Just as important, though, is that demo discs put everything on the same page. A big game you've been looking forward to might be on the same disc with 4 other games you'd never heard of before. Because you'd already gone through the effort of putting the disc in, you're likely to play several things instead of only just one, potentially getting introduced to amazing games you may not have encountered otherwise. Without them being bundled together, we're more likely to gravitate to something we're already interested in, or have familiarity with. It's not that we don't discover new things, but demo discs were a simple way to break out of a comfort zone. Although it's hard to imagine demo discs rising to prominence again, reflecting on them shows why they're so missed. There's still a need for better curation, discoverability, and simplicity within gaming. While demo discs don't do any of these things perfectly, it's a format we can take lessons from. Whichever demo disc you grew up with, if there's still an old pile lying around, consider giving a few of them a spin to relive something great.
Press the jump button twice to glide, and don't be afraid.
Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks, plummeting into prehistoric glaciers, crashing through...
Oh, that.